Today we are going to learn how can you subtract fractions with like denominators. Tina is squeezing lemons to make lemonade. The recipe calls for 5/8 cup of lemon juice. The amount Tina has squeezed is shown at the right over here, 3/8 of a cup. What fraction of the cup of lemon juice does Tina still need to squeeze? Well, we know that she needs 5/8 of a cup, and she has already squeezed 3/8. So we can subtract 5/8 minus 3/8. If we look at this number line right here, we have a total of 5/8 right here. And if we take 3/8 out, then we have 2/8 left. Another way, we can use a bar diagram to find 5/8 minus 3/8. And if you look right here, 5/8 would be on top because that would be our biggest amount. And then we have 3/8, which leaves us with n, and n is going to equal 2/8. Also, if we're going to make an equivalent fraction, since both numbers are even, we can divide both sides by 2. And we would get 1/4. So 2/8 is the same as 1/4. So she needs to squeeze another 1/4 cup. Let's take a quick look at the bottom of the page where it says convince me. In the problem above, suppose Tina decided to double the amount of lemonade she wants to make. Then how much more juice would Tina have to squeeze? Well, we know from our last problem, we subtracted 5/8. I'm going to switch that a little bit to make it easier for you to see. Okay, so we subtracted 5/8 minus 3/8, and we got 2/8. So if we want to double 2/8, we could just add 2/8 plus 2/8, which is going to equal 4/8. I know that 4/8, 4 is half of 8, so 4/8 is the same as 1/2. I also know from earlier we divided both sides by 2, and we got 1/4. And 1/4 plus 1/4 is 2/4, which is also the same as 1/2. Let's do the guided practice together. Do you understand? Number 1. Jesse has a bottle that contains 7/10 liter of water. He drinks 2/10. Jesse says he has half a liter left. We want to know if he is correct and to explain. So let's write this down. I'm going to write number 1 down here just so I have more room. So he started with 7/10, and he's going to subtract 2/10, and he's going to end up with 5/10. He says that he has half a liter left. My question is 5/10 equal to 1/2? Well, yes, 5 is half of 10, and if we divide both sides by 5, we're going to get 1/2. So yes, he is correct because 5/10 is equivalent or equal to 1/2. Number 2. Here we go. Number 2. Subtract 4/10 from 9/10. What addition sentence can you use to check your answer? So if we are going to take 4/10 from 9/10, we're going to start with 9/10 because we are going to take 4/10 away, and we are going to end up with 5/10. And the addition sentence that we could use, we could just go backwards. we can say 5/10 plus 4/10 equals 9/10. And this is number 2 right here. All right, numbers 3 through 10. If you feel confident, you can go ahead and try to solve these problems on your own. If not, you can do them with me. If you want to do them on your own, go ahead and pause the video now. If you can reduce your fractions, go ahead and try. Number 3. We have 2/3 minus 1/3 is going to give us 1/3. You cannot reduce that one. Number 4. 3/4 minus 2/4. Well, 3 minus 2 is 1. And our denominator stays the same. We cannot reduce that problem. Number 5. 5 minus 2 is 3. And 6 stays the same. Since 3 is half of 6, this one also equals 1/2. Number 6. 9 minus 3 is 6, and 12 stays the same. I'm going to move this one down here so you can see it, number 6. So if I have 6/12, I could divide both sides by 6, and I know 6 is half of 12. So this one is going to also equal 1/2. All right, we are on number 7. 9 minus 3 is 6, and then 8 stays the same. This one goes with that one right here. If I have 6/8, I'm going to write number 7 right here. I'm going to draw a little line to help you guys kind of put these separated. So I have number 7. I have 6/8. If both your numerator and denominator are even, you can divide both sides by 2. So if I divide both sides by 2, I know 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. So it's actually going to equal 3/4. Kind of running out of room here. All right, number 8. 18 minus 9. I'm going to end up, 17 minus 9. Well, I know 8 plus 9 is 17, so I'm going to end up with 8/10. And I'm going to write this one down here because they're both even. If I have 8/10, if I divide both sides by 2, I'm going to get, I was trying to do different colors, 4/5. So 8/10 and 4/5 is the same. 4/5 equals 4/5. Now I have 4/8 minus 1/8. That is just going to equal 3/8. You cannot reduce that one. And 1/2 minus 1/2 is just going to be 0. Go ahead and do the rest of the problems on this page. If you can reduce them, go ahead and try. If your numerator and denominator are both even, go ahead and try to reduce them. Then go on to the next page and do problems 19, 21, 22, and 23. Then come show me.